Good morning, and thank you for joining us today. I'm State Representative Chris Bos. I represent the 51st District, which includes suburban Lake and Cook County. I'm here today to discuss a growing problem that is affecting more and more communities across our state every day, the out-of-control rise in violent crime. This type of violent crime is sprawling into communities where most of us thought it was unthinkable, or at very least, very rare. And it's getting worse in communities that had been making headway to reduce crime. In one of the communities I represent, a couple was recently carjacked at gunpoint in a mall parking lot. In another community, at another mall, smash and grabs have been increasing. One of my own staff members had their neighborhood put on high alert as police were searching for violent carjacking and car breaking into suspects. The communities I'm talking about are Vernon Hills, Deer Park, Lake Zurich. They used to be places that many of us didn't even bother to lock the car doors or front doors to their homes. But now local police are making a point to warn people that they have to be on guard. Whether some of our legislative colleagues want to admit it or not, the General Assembly has to bear the blame for this out-of-control rise in crime. When the legislature passes bills that expand failed bail policies, that make it easier for criminals to get back on the street, when the legislature passes bills that embolden criminals and state's attorneys who refuse to hold violent offenders accountable, or when the legislature passes bills signaling to our police officers that we no longer have their backs. When the legislature does these things, we should not be surprised when crime is out of control and people are living in fear. Ensuring public safety is one of the most basic functions that we in the legislative body do, whether it's protecting children from abusers or families from carjackers. But too often, the General Assembly and the governor of Illinois have put politics ahead of public safety. We must change that. Speaker Welch promised action earlier this year, but here we are, less than 3 weeks left before our scheduled adjournment, and nothing has happened. Meanwhile, bills that Republicans have offered have been ignored. The Police and Fire Committee met one time to say, we're not meeting. It's time to signal loud and clear that criminals will face punishment. We fully support our police officers, and we will make sure that every family and every community feels safe.